Good morning, party people. Ash something again, back with episode 1, part 10 of today's time lapse. I'm finally getting into the final stages of this artwork featuring the character called Kay, commissioned by an anonymous client. Diving right in, today I'm working on the background. One thing about me is that I'm notoriously really bad about backgrounds. I know that were I to plan them out during the sketch phase, I would have a much easier time with them, but for the most part, I'm very figure focused. Enough so that the entire background I'm doing here is a mistake. When the client commissioned me, they mentioned wanting a moonlit forest as the background. However, as I got into the art, I had forgotten that they had requested a background, and I decided to add one in as a bonus just because I felt like the art would feel unfinished if I left the background as a solid color. I dove in with the background that matched the overall summery color scheme and decided on a sunset. Unfortunately, I didn't record the corrected version as I was drawing the moonlit forest because I was a bit embarrassed by missing such a huge note in the commission, and my damage control mind took over. As I said at the very start of this, though, everyone makes mistakes. You can't really let yourself be beholden to them. I powered through it and redid the background without complaint, but in the end, the sunset background was still the one I personally preferred because the blues and greens of the moonlit forest didn't really match the summery colors of the figure. But like all things, as long as the client's happy, that's what matters, so I just saved up both versions for my portfolio and sent them the one they actually ordered. Now, as a figure-focused artist, that doesn't mean I'm bad at backgrounds per se. It mostly just means that I have trouble really deciding what should be in the background and therefore planning it out. Because of this, I usually stick with simple repeating patterns or geometric shapes because I want the figure to really stand out against the background. Sometimes I feel like that's just an excuse I use to be lazy, but I've also learned that the best way to improve at drawing is to draw the things that interest you. And if I'm totally honest, drawing perspective makes me feel like I'm dragging my brain through shards of glass, and I'd rather avoid it whenever possible. As always, thanks for watching. Give a like and follow, and join us next time for the final part of episode 1.